We are live. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yep, yep, boom. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Alrighty. We are live. Okie dokie. Let me just get up my reference page. What? Oh, I don't need this page open no more. Close window. That's everything is going weird now. Also, this. What's this? Don't need that. So I'm opening up my mill note. Right there, all my references. The mill note is actually making me think I need to get a third monitor for my art. And then cool. We are ready to go. Sorry about that. So right now we're just working on this piece to get to the level that I want it to be at. Currently just trying to get everything in the right spots. I'm fixing up some of the shadows, but that will come with time. So, yeah. Hello! I was just rewatching the Pot of Greed me. So I've been spending a total of 17 hours on this piece, and I'm nowhere near done. This piece is gonna be the death of me. I'm at 49 layers. And looking at my references, I'm trying to fix things up in specific spots. I still got the background to do. This piece is gonna be forever. Got hit with 2 ads on 2, not 1, but 2. Ah, ah, ah. There we go. Also, don't believe the rice syndrome thing going around. It's propaganda by people who food poison themselves by eating room temp rice. You mean where, like, people make rice for leftovers and put in their fridge and for meal prep and stuff? You mean like the propaganda that MSG had? Is now back with a vengeance? A certain group of people, not naming names, have started rumors about rice saying you shouldn't eat old rice even if it's refrigerated. Yeah, no, I've seen it. I've seen that, and it's been food. It started out, I started seeing that stuff on food influencer stuff. And there's a few food influencers that I trust that didn't go through it. So I'm like, that's probably fine. And I mean, I haven't died from it yet. But no, I've seen stuff about it. I mean, it's the same situation that happened with eggs, what, 10 years ago? No, I'm pretty sure it's the same situation that's going on with MSG because people are realizing now that it's healthier to eat stuff like that than like leftover stuff like that than it is to go out and eat. And that's making people lose business. And it's the same thing that happened in like the 50s or 60s, the MSG scare, where people were getting headaches, quote, quote, um, from restaurants that were having their stuff filled with MSG. When in all actuality, it was their body telling them, oh, you needed more of this, and you are now not getting the sustenance you need to continue living. And MSG helped with that. Because MSG not only tastes good, but it's also really good for you. So when I started hearing about the rice stuff pop up again, or pop up, I was like, I like this better. Not trusting that. Fix right here. So yeah, no, there's a whole history thing with rice and carbs and people not eating what they don't understand or eating what they don't understand. Like it's it's all propaganda. It's all of it. Like there was a study back in like the 2010s where they said eating an egg a day can actually kill you because it's too high in cholesterol. Um, then there was the stuff. The the rice, then the MSG, and then there was the every single time there's something going on, and it's always some form of propaganda. Because guess what? Everything is political. I don't care what people say, everything is. Oh, it is 100%. That's um that's the situation. And if you look, I'm going to be honest, as a white man, if you look at the world's demographic completely, the official worldwide minority worldwide are white people. The majority are Asians, based on numbers alone, not based on cultural significance, blah 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 blah. But a lot of people of my ethnicity don't like when things are doing better than them that aren't, culturally okay. Like the whole sodium trend, like taking sodium out of your diet, is actually propaganda against Asian, Mexican cultures. And like them telling you, oh, you need to lower the amount of sodium you have, about da da da. That were the case, you wouldn't need a lot. And I mean, both my wife and I, we both eat a lot of rice, so we don't go into that scare stuff at all. And the thing is that the marketing teams for these different companies, I mean, that's honestly what my wife does for her meal preps for lunch. I work from home, so I can make everything fresh. That's exactly what my wife's breakfast is usually. It's just an egg and rice, man. Oh, it's funny. I haven't done that because I usually make myself like a protein shake for breakfast. And I mean, there was a thing about protein shakes being that I saw where the protein powder that you put into protein shakes isn't actually protein and da 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 da. And I'm like, holy crap, lady, you gotta. call it with the gotta calm down with that with that bit of nonsense, you know. A little nor legal distinct, not soy sauce. Liquid seasoning and brom. You have a hearty breakfast lunch. Nice. Yeah, I try to save the pre-cooked rice for my wife to have because she's the one that needs faster meals to be made. I tend to be able to scavenge what's at the house. Or $5 pro. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. And frozen meals are no longer affordable. Which I think is a bowl. So that's my issue also with Papa Murphy's. Because I know how to cook my own pizza, you know? And make it from scratch. If I'm gonna spend money to make a pizza myself, why would I pay someone else to get the ingredients for me? Like, bruh, that's not how any of this will ever work. Yeah, that's exactly. Oh. So, Snowlock, do you want me to go over um, differences between a soft light and a hard light and occlusion lighting? Yeah. Okay. So, just get some of these lines taken care of. Because this is actually, besides hard lighting, this is actually a pretty good piece for an example of a bunch of soft lights. Okay. That looks so much better. Okay. So, actually, I do have some hard lights in here too, just because I like shape-driven stuff. But most of the time, you do want to do these as soft light. So, let me just scroll up, go to a new layer. So, right here is the easiest way to show soft light, or right here. So these areas are soft edges, right? And right here is a hard edge. And then right here is occlusion. Okay? Now, what that means is that soft lights, when you're looking at, let me just make a new layer, new file actually. So, when you're looking at an object, right? So let's do just something that's not normal. Okay. Yeah, that's not right. Okay. To make this example a little easier to understand. Okay, so the form of this object is going these directions, right? It's all formed. Now, if you have a sunlight coming from this direction, right? Lizard tail. Yeah, let's go with that. Lizard tail. Okay, so right here, based on where the light is, this would be a hard edge. Right here. Okay? And because of how lighting works, there's going to be reflective light. So the closer you are to another surface, the lighter the object will be. Okay? But then, wherever the light's going towards, right? You have to think, so light is a reflection. So how it works is light will bounce off this and then go to your eyeball. But then light will hit here and just keep going. And hit here and just keep going. And those parts, you connect those, and that is the core shadow right there. That is the darkest area for a sphere. And then you go there, and then occlusion is what happens there is occlusion, the light bounces down, goes up, goes down, goes, let me do red so it's easier to see. So light will bounce down to here, right? Bounce back up to start making this reflective light, bounce down, bounce up, bounce down, bounce up, and it will keep going until it makes a nice dark part. And that's what occlusion is between two objects, the light will keep bouncing and never reflect back. So that's kind of where the occlusion stuff goes. But when you're doing rendering, soft edges are right here. Okay? They start like that. What you do is you would either use what I'm using as a smudge tool to make it easier. Okay? Soft brushes usually help with making this, as well as hard brushes, and you can always see, you can just keep building up until it's there. Boom. And that's just a generic thing. How would you do that for this? You would, okay, so this is the light, so it's going to touch right, follow the form of the tail, okay? As well as right here. So anywhere you think there would be where the light would hit but keep going down is where the core shadow would be. Okay? Then after that, you do just a lighter feel, usually just a lighter boom. Boom. Look at that. Basic strokes you can show off the form and help out with improving. And obviously you can keep building up on either side of it and make it so that there's going to be highlights. Highlights is the spot of the object where the light directly reflects into your eye and barely loses any of its color. Because how light works is it gets absorbed, and anything that's not... Yeah, that's why I'd say testing. And the easiest way to test out for hard edges is a cube. So you make a cube real quick. You still have the hard edge. Darkest spot will be the spot that doesn't have or that much light, or the light is just barely touching. And this area will be where the light is touching the most, and you can just slowly fix that. So that's kind of the general idea of how hard lights and soft lights can help with showing the form that you're looking to build. Yes. Yep. That happens a lot. So don't fret about it. That's why you keep studying. That's why you keep asking questions and keep learning. As artists, that's what we do. So we observe, learn, and keep improving. To be honest, I didn't quite understand the concept until like 2-3 years ago. So I was well graduated from college. I was well educated. And I still did not learn that skill specifically until I was at just a few years after college. So Um, let's try to avoid too much politic talk. I'm kind of just stressed out about it. I know why everything's the way it is. I know what's going on. I tried to avoid this situation. I did what I thought was voting the correct way. No one else voted the same, and we are now where we are at. And everything that people said would happen has happened. So I'm kind of just... No one listened to me when I said, hey, tariffs are bad. No one listened to me when I said, hey, because everyone just thought that the businessman who had failed businesses could do is a lot smarter than the average Joe. Yeah, our prices went up that much too. It's been rough. Which is why I'm happy that I don't commute. But it's just made it so I can't go to the other LGS in my area that has Digimon going on for it. Yes, local game store. I just have to go to the one that's closer by, which is fine. Just means I'm narrowing down the amount of times I play the game to one a week. Because your boy can't afford more than that, my goodness. But that's okay. I'm not too upset about that. Especially with how much... I think I honestly needed someone else to be at the Digimon Nationals with me. So then I didn't have to freak out, but being in the building alone with a bunch of people probably messed with me. So if I go again, I need to have buddies to come with. Much better. Why is part of green banned again? What? What do you mean by that, Snowlock? Oh, pot of greed. Part of greed is banned because it's an old reason it was banned, but um someone figured out how to get it so that you get every piece of card you need on turn like 1 or 2. If they just kept pulling Pot of Greed, they could just keep playing Pot of Greed. So that's why Pot of Greed is banned. For monsters, there is. Not for spells. But even then, you can get to a certain point and just ignore that as well. Like, turn 1 can't attack, but you keep using Pot of Greed and other cards, and you can get your entire deck in your hand. And if you have Obelisk the Tormentor in your hand, by no matter what part of it you're at, you win the game. Yeah, it's 3. But, okay, there's Pot of Greed that lets you draw 2 cards. Then there's another card that lets you draw a card. And then there's another card that lets you draw 2 cards but trash 1. And then there, like, Pot of Greed is one of those cards that has been banned for so long. There's new cards that if they unbanned it, it would become such a problem. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have casting costs. Was that a follow? Hey, Hermit Singh Punjam. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Koopa Army. Sorry, I don't have that up. Thank you so much for the follow. There's no spell casting cost for Yu-Gi-Oh. It's requirement cost for the most part, and space that you can use things in. But spells use space and then leave, so they don't necessarily stay for so long that it causes that as an issue. Um, let me think. So most spell cards do not have a requirement cost. Trap cards have a requirement cost, as in they need something to happen, like your opponent doing something, attacking, or so on, to activate its effects. Um, while there are monsters that you need requirements to summon, and then after turn 2, you can attack with them. Not turn 2 of them being on the board, just turn 2. So the requirements for some spells are, hey, you need this to do this. It's different depending on the deck, but for the most part, everything is free. That's why it gets so annoying to play Yu-Gi-Oh sometimes. So that's where it becomes requirements. So to summon specific monsters, you need specific requirements. Like, oh, you can sacrifice summon. You can only normal summon once per turn. But there's cards that can ignore that by pendulum summoning or using a spell card to summon it. Um, so you can only normal summon once per turn. You can use as many spells as you want. Pot of Greed allows you to draw 2 cards. For free right off the bat. And that caused too many decks to go too fast and get the monster summoning cards they needed. So in order to get a blue eyes on the board without a spell card, you need 3 monsters on the board or 2 monsters on the board to sacrifice to play down. But there's a spell card out there that lets you reveal the top 2 cards of your deck and choose one of them to take. And then if you get a card that lets you then play, after you do that, you can have another card that lets you play a Blue Eyes from your hand or your trash for free. And then you can play another card because now you have a Blue Eyes on the board, and so on and so forth. So if you had Pot of Greed, up to 3 in your deck. You get the consistency tools you needed. You'd be broken. Nope, not anymore. There used to be. There used to be. Then they took that away because it got to the point where people were having more cards in their hand than they were on the board. Because you can only have 5 monsters on the board and 5 spell cards at one time. No, they used to have hand limits. There are no longer hand limits. They just kept using cards. They just kept using them. Like, you either trash your cards into your trash or whatever. But those rules no longer apply, so it doesn't matter. I need to work on that hair. Unforeseen person, you are now. Bang! Your account was made 2 days ago, yeah. You're not a real person. Who says you're real? Not me, that's for sure. Any other questions about Yu-Gi-Oh and its very imbalanced game? There is always the problem. For me, it's always the problem. Oh boy. The hair is gonna be the hardest part. I can feel it. Always a pain. Having trouble booting, and from what I've read, needs it resource. I swear, if that's true, I'm gonna have to mostly crash out for reported. Well, hopefully it won't be too hard for you to fix things, right? You tried maximum one yet? What? You tried a maximum one. I don't know what you mean. Snowlock for obvious reasons. For me, that's not a joke. Google Max. I kind of don't want to because I don't trust that. One second, I'll look it up in a sec. I'm just stuck on the worst part for me. Here. Maximum harpy lady sister images. Oh no, I have not tried that yet. That's really cool. Did not know they did that. I didn't know Yu-Gi-Oh did that. That's cool. That's really cool. I did not know that Harpy Ladies did that. I'm looking at this right now. That's really cool. Let me pull that down. So yeah, that's really cool. Like, some of these artworks are really cool looking. That's really cool. Let me guess. Maximum Dark Magician Girl? Oh wow, there's one for this one too. That's cool. That's cool. Wow. That's really neat. Yeah, I did not know that was a thing. I mean, I saw the art, I just didn't realize. That's really cool. Thank you, Sunny, for reminding me to look that up. Oh, that would have so like that would have been rough. You've been putting a lot of effort in some of your projects. That's oof. Boy, gotta love working on hair. Ooh, user. Yeah. The more I hear of what is going down with Microsoft, the more I'm glad I stuck with Mac. Dang. Need to log in to recover everything. That's rough. But no, I'm not trying to do the maxed version. I'm just trying to do my own version of Dark Magician Girl. Trying to figure out the lighting for this. That's looking better. Just gotta build up. That's all. I want to use CSP. You gotta log into your account. Use your PC login into your account. What? What? What do you mean? That doesn't sound right. Don't you have to like use your CSP account to log in? No. Not your computer account? I'm mistaken. I didn't think that. So I get why there's a login for Clip Studio Paint, right? Because it's always been that way. You've always had to log in to get into it so that they know you have your account. But once you're logged in, you just have to open up the drawing application for Clip Studio Paint. Do you not put the art application separately from the startup application, the driver application? Okay. So, how do I show this without showing my dock? So there's, for me, I have an app called Clip Studio, and then I have the app Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio is the one that I log into to update the driver, update the applications if needed be, and all that. Clip Studio Paint is the one where I'm drawing at all the time. So Clip Studio, you should have been downloaded that first to download the application Clip Studio Paint. But again, that might just be because that's how Macs work and you're on a PC. Not any shade to that, just there might be a difference. Might be a Mac thing, okay. I was trying to help you out, man. Let me double check. I can look this up because all I'm going to use. Look up Zork Necro Shades Overframe. Zork Necro Shades. Oh, yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's wild. Wild artwork. I'm not going to show this just for TOS, but yeah, it's wild artwork. Let me open up Clip Studio because it's. Yeah, So I open it up and gets me this, right? This is the only place I need to log into, is this thing. Once I have this logged into, and it's logged in once every so often, I pretty much can just work on Clip Studio Paint all I want. Harmits, how's it going? Harmit. Good, you. I am doing well. How's the weather? Windy. Heckin' windy. Let's work on fixing the hair before I go into fully rendering it, because trying to fix the hair is just gonna cause a big headache. We're just gonna, we're gonna fix what's in the line work first. So don't get lost. Hi. What's up? Oh.
Close the door so that it stops scampering. Look,
Oh.
because I've been wanting a pegboard,
Mm-hmm.
but the pegboards don't fit
Mm-hmm.
well. So I did this.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna see if
Did you just chop off this?
I did. I just chopped off the end bits so
Okay.
it would work.
That's fair. That's smart.
So I'm gonna see if Dad can cut this other end off.
Yeah.
That way all of these can be the same size. Yeah.
Sounds like you got a plan going.
Yeah, it'll be kind of heavy, but
Was everything able to fit into your the suitcase?
no, I got distracted doing this. So now I can get it.
Okay.
Okay, have fun drawing. It looks good.
Thank you. Does Dark Magician Girl have green eyes? Oh my goodness, she has freaking green eyes. Mmm. Gosh, dang it. That's fine. Easy fix. Easy fix. Easy fix. Not even close to being done. So there's no problem. Oh. Man. Oh boy. Hmm. Sorry, I'm kind of zoning in on this. Hmm. Oh boy, this is gonna take a bit. I can finally lay down. Woo! Why couldn't you before? Not related to what you're drawing, but why are witches in horror fantasy settings not considered human? Oh. That depends on the folklore. Norse mythology, they're usually along the lines of like fae or something like that, because we correction, we made them the way they are today based off of modern philosophies and understandings, and obviously pattern recognition and stuff. So, as well as Christianity, blah blah blah. But the original stuff was, at least with Norse pagans, there was a lot to do with the fact that they were fae. So that's kind of why we believe that they're not, for the most part, that they are not human, in a sense. In Greek, the witches were the fates, so they were some deity, like the closest thing. Like, it literally depends on what you count as a witch and what lore you're looking at. Because every culture, just like dragons, every culture has some form of, oh, she put a spell on me, she's not human type scenario in their mythos. Some way, somehow, there's something like that. Like, yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you, most of the time it's because men were unfaithful. And it wasn't until no, sorceresses, and I mean, it honestly depends on the mythos you look at. Like, obviously we got the stereotypical witches that cause us to imagine the broomstick and hat, but that's because of the Salem witch trials. The way we perceive witches is because of the Salem witch trials. But what witches are depends on what lore you are. Did you know? Fun fact about werewolves, because I did a whole study of werewolves when I was in high school, because we were supposed to do like study some Halloween based thing and tell us all about the lore. Did you know there's 27 different werewolf lores, and each one is different? For the most part, like there's one where they're protectors. There's one where they're just mad men. There's one where they're beasts that are meant to be hunted. Each one is from like the one from Africa, which is the coolest one. Werewolves are the ones that protect the tribe at night from other beasts when a full moon is out. So there's a lot of stuff like that where I'm like, oh, where you can just like it just depends. Like it honestly always just depends on where you're looking for how different mythical creatures are portrayed. Western society, dragons are these massive beasts that are meant to be tamed and destroyed. Well, in Eastern mythology, dragons are gods, deities of rivers that are meant to protect. It just depends on where you're looking, on what type of what type of monster you're gonna be getting. Like, that's the cool thing. Is like there's so many interpretations of these monsters and creatures over the millennia of human interaction that there's a good and bad version of everything. Some people fear things, others embrace. That's it's looking better. I guess which culture believes everything's a monster unless it's a white man? It's all. Woo! Thank you so much for the raid! Eric, how's it going? Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What were you doing, Eric? It's going. Comics. Oh, you were working on comics? Can I see? I don't know if you're okay with showing what you were working on. You might want formatting or whatever, but if you want to share, doing fills on page 37. Ooh. Do you want to? Can you share what you were working on, or do you want to? It's up to you. I would love to see what you were working on. Right now, I'm just working on this very long. So far, 19 hours on this piece alone. Ooh, I can share via Discord if you got it. I know I'm following you, but I might have been a while. It has been a while, so no, I'm. It's probably been a while because I haven't gotten raids in a long time. Yeah, share it on Discord. If you don't mind, I can share it on stream if you're okay with that. If not, that's okay too. I totally get it. I'm not gonna force you into one way or the other. Username is Prolix Art, actually. Let me double check my Discord. I mean, if you want, my Discord link should be below, but yeah, it's Prolix for my username on Discord. I'll just wait for your message. Signing us. So, fair enough. It says the invite is invalid. What? The. No limits. Oh. Generate copy. I'll just put it into the Twitch chat. There we go. Might have to do some updating of my Twitch. But what have you, for those that are new to my channel, welcome. I am Preston Alexander, also known as Prolix Art. I am a freelance illustrator and graphic designer, and I've been doing this for Twitch for about 10 years now, which is the same time as I have had the drawing tablet that I am currently working on. Let me see if my exclamation point links will work still. Nope. Okay. Stream maps, here we come. Sounds good, my dude. Just do what you need to. I'm trying to keep things as entertaining as I can while making art. So it's a juggle. Remember. But welcome to the Dragon Pub. Chat box. Notes. Third boxes. Ooh, cool. Okay, I'm gonna open up these in a separate link. Cool. Dude, these are some cool. I like the style of these. These are cool. This is really well done. I like this. So what's your comic? One black and white page things. What's your comic about? This looks really cool though. I like this. And this. These are probably exaggerated for the scenes because of the colors you're choosing, but I like it. Let's show what the... Then there's this one. It's kind of like Akira meets Dragon Ball and Lovecraftian horror mixed in for fun. Ooh. That's cool. That's really cool. I like him. I like this. This is awesome, dude. Obviously, so this is the piece I'm working on right now. I am taking my time with it, trying to be meticulous. So I'm on 20 hours currently on this piece. I'm mostly a novelist, but I've been working this for a few months. Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I can see the Dragon Ball inspirations you got there. Where is... No, that's the chat box. Stream boss, sub goals. Where is... Oh yeah, for sure. I would love to see action pages. I love that. I'm just trying to find why. My my stuff isn't working. Ooh, cool. Let's see, which one is mine? Yeah, I like this one. Show this one off. This is cool. I like this. I love the colors. I love neon. I love the neon colors. This is so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, this is really well done. I love the forms. I love the shading. That's so cool, dude. I like this. This is really cool. Man, I love neon colors, dude. They're so good. I'm just trying to figure out why my chat thing isn't working, but now I can't find the chat thing on Streamlabs. Okay, let me make sure that this works because links. There we go. Got it to work. Fixed it. It's definitely broken. Oh, cool. So, for those that are wanting to check me out more, I do have all of these links, and I do this as well as a few others, are designs for playmats. So if you like specific, I have Sephiroth and a bunch of Digimon TCG playmats. So if you guys want to check those out. But for the most part, these are my links. You should check me out on all the platforms if you can. I'm trying to grow and improve my stuff as much as possible. Possible. But yeah. Your chat for them was stuck on your buddy's stream though. That's crazy, dude. Hey, no worries. Thank you for the raid. Yeah, get some food in you. Get that rest going. I'm just trying to work out some things here. I think I need to thicken this line compared to the rest. I need to thicken this one. Yeah. But like, I still got the symbols on the circle to do. I still got all the magical effects I want to do. Thank you for the lurk. Because I do plan to make this kind of like a splash art. So I'm actually liking where the hair's at currently. But I'm glad I got my Streamlabs stuff to work. I was almost worried I wouldn't be able to use much. Yeah, this one needs to be matching that one, so I'm gonna just make a new layer and thicken this one up. So it needs to be about, it's that big, then it shrinks, then it shrinks. So it needs to be about that big right here. And here. And just a quick fix, and it looks a little thicker than I need it to be, so I'm gonna thin it up a bit. Let's see. But what's everyone else been doing? How did everyone enjoy Eric's stream? I think what they make is pretty cool. Look at that. That actually looks so much better. All the little tiny details, all the little tiny details. Oh boy. Lots and lots and lots of rendering. But yeah, just trying to get this piece into nice, good spots because I really am enjoying working on this one. eyes were green, so I gotta fix them. Oh, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Hey.
Did you hit crash?
Yeah, what was it?
Tengen trying to jump from one empty suitcase to another empty suitcase, stuffing both of them down in the box.
Did he hurt himself?
No, he just looked really confused, like, why did the things fall over? I think he's doing it.
I'll be done here in a sec. I'm just doing some minor lighting and then I'm gonna be done for the night.
Just wanted to let you know nothing's broken. Cat's just up.
Figured as much. Oh boy. Well, I still got a lot of ways to go, and I'm not super happy with how the lighting on the helmet is, but we'll probably have to save here. I'm gonna take a screenshot. So I can share it. And then we're gonna get ready to raid, shall we, guys? For YouTube, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I know it's been a little quiet night, but thank you so much, and I'll see you guys all again next time. Remember to like, comment,